Retirement. That's what we're all aiming at, right? But exactly what does that mean? It conjures up visions of endless days of golf, drinks with little umbrellas in them on a tropical beach, feet up, reading a book. Is that what it's all about? I don't think so. Life would get pretty dull after a while without anything meaningful to do, don't you think? I'm Jacquie and I'm on a mission to discover exactly what life is like beyond retirement. Join me while I chat with people who've already done it, who've retired to something rather than from something. Let's find out together exactly what's waiting for us when we say goodbye to that 9 to 5.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Beyond Retirement. I'm your host Jacquie Doucette, and today I'm here to talk about my conversation with Jermaine Ee from last week. If you remember, he's the founder of HeirLight. If you haven't listened to that episode, I highly recommend going back and hearing Jermaine's thoughtful insights about living intentionally, designing ordinary days, and letting go of unnecessary comparisons. Today, though, I want to highlight a few of the key ideas that came from that discussion and offer some simple, practical ways to apply them as you approach retirement, or if you're already there. I want to start by revisiting one deceptively simple question Jermaine posed. What would I do every day if money and recognition weren't part of the equation? And take a moment and let that sink in. So much of our working years are shaped by money, titles, deadlines, and other people's expectations. And then retirement arrives, and suddenly those forces don't carry the same weight. For years, we may have placed dreams on hold, prioritized obligations over joy, or avoided asking ourselves what a truly meaningful day looks like. This question is powerful because it cuts through the noise. It helps you get honest about what you actually want your days to feel like. One point Jermaine emphasized is the importance of living with clarity. For him, clarity meant being conscious about what matters most: health, family, and the kind of everyday life that feels grounded and good. He shared his journey of moving closer to his parents and how those ordinary moments, lunch together, a simple workout, ended up creating deep meaning. If you're planning retirement or you're already retired, here's a simple prompt. What really matters to me now? Is it relationships, creative pursuits, health, learning, contribution, peace and simplicity? The more specific you get, the easier it becomes to design your day intentionally. Try this. Keep a journal for 1 week, noting not just what you do, but what actually leaves you feeling fulfilled. Patterns will start to emerge. Another powerful insight from Jermaine was how much our culture shapes our beliefs about enough. He shared how growing up in a Malaysian Chinese household brought a strong sense of community, and how different that felt compared to the more individualistic culture he encountered in California. And it's a good reminder. Sometimes what feels lacking isn't a bigger house, a busier calendar, or more impressive plans. Sometimes what's missing is connection, clarity, and a sense of contentment. Jermaine also echoed something we all know, but we still struggle with. Comparison is the thief of joy. In retirement, it can be surprisingly easy to look around and measure your life against others. Who's traveling more? Who seems busier? Who has the perfect retirement? One strategy Jermaine shared that I love. He keeps a tiny list in his journal of the people whose opinions truly matter to him. For him, that was his closest family and one best friend. Everyone else's voice, no matter how loud, doesn't get to shape his sense of fulfillment. Try doing this. Write down 3 things you're grateful for each day. Be specific. Focus on everyday goodness, not grand achievements. One of my favorite parts of the conversation with Jermaine was when he challenged us to look beyond bucket list travel and big someday plans and instead design a life where an ordinary Tuesday feels good. Because happiness isn't only found in big weekends or faraway trips, it's found in the repeatable parts of life. So ask yourself, what time do I wake up? What does my morning look like? Who do I see or talk to? What do I do with my body? Do I walk, stretch, swim, garden? What do I create, learn, or contribute? What makes me feel calm and steady? Then look for small ways to bring these perfect day elements into real life. Coffee with a neighbor, a regular walk, volunteering once a week, joining a class, picking up an old hobby. Maybe try designing one day this week so it closely matches that ideal. Small tweaks can transform how you feel about your life. Another thread from our interview that's deeply relevant is the difference between being busy and living meaningfully. Jermaine talked about intentionally saying no more often and prioritizing the important over the merely urgent. Retirement can feel like a blank calendar, which is a blessing, but also a challenge. Filling time just to fill it can leave you feeling restless. A busy schedule isn't necessarily a meaningful one. So take stock. What activities energize you? Which ones drain you? Who adds positivity to your life? Who leaves you feeling heavy afterwards? It's okay, important even, to choose relationships and commitments that support you. So maybe once a month, review your calendar. What did you do out of obligation? What brought genuine joy and growth? And slowly pivot so that you're doing more of the latter one. One story Jermaine shared really stayed with me. After he helped his mom reconnect with her passion for dance and fulfill a childhood dream of visiting Austria, she passed away suddenly, just 8 days after their trip. It's a moving reminder that we can't assume we or our loved ones have endless time. Have the meaningful conversations now. Ask about dreams. Ask about the little joys. Ask what matters most. Don't wait until everything is perfect. Often the most fulfilling experiences don't cost much more than our willingness to show up. Schedule a heart-to-heart conversation with someone you love. Ask them, is there anything you've always wanted to do but you've put off? Then ask, what's one small step we could take this month? And here are a few simple ideas that you can experiment with to make your retirement a little bit better. Explore new communities. You can join a club, take a class, or volunteer. New friendships often show up in unexpected places. Prioritize your health. Regular movement, sleep, and nourishing food keep both body and spirit resilient. Stay curious. Learn a new language. Try a new recipe. Explore nearby places. Keep curiosity alive. And capture memories. Journal or use voice-to-text notes. You'll remember more, and you'll feel more present. Jermaine said something that I think is worth repeating. Clarity is love in practical form. And he also said, it's not that life is short, it's that we forget the details. When we live intentionally, expressing gratitude, choosing meaningful relationships, and designing ordinary days we actually enjoy, we make retirement richer and far more memorable. Thanks for listening today. If anything here resonated with you, or if you have your own tips for designing joyful retirement days, I'd love to hear from you. As always, I can be reached at retireabc@gmail.com.
And that's it for this episode of Beyond Retirement. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed it. Are you ready to start rocking your retirement? Head on over to www.beyondretirement.ca HeirLight.com/rocking-it and sign up to plan out your own roadmap for retirement. Don't wait till it's too late.